Welcome back to another Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup recap. My name is Poe. I know I sound exactly like Gypsy Rose, but I'm not. My name is Poe, and I am recapping her Lifetime series. This is going to be Season 2, Episode 8. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I'm not in her lore, even though I'm on a high right now. Can't bring me down. I do not know anything about her other than what is being shown on this TV show, so everything that I say in this video is based on her Lifetime series, Life After Lockup. Okay, now with that said, let's get into the recap. Her autobiography, My Time to Stand, is out, and she's in the studio doing her audio version of the book.
Anytime, Gyps.
Breathing.
Deep breath. Do you need some more tea?
No, I'm good. Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole.
Now, on that particular day, she was recording the epilogue, which was about her first sonogram that was scheduled on June 10th. Now, if you didn't know, June 10th was also the day of her mother's murder. So she views June 10th as a day where life was taken and where life was given. She also mentions how she wrote that epilogue for her future daughter, knowing that one day she's going to read it. In the recording booth, she gets very emotional, and she also talks about the sexual abuse that she experienced from her grandfather. Then we see her in driver's ed, learning how to drive, and then she goes on a media tour to promote her book. She has a bunch of podcast interviews lined up, including one with Andy Cohen. Something I was very shocked by was her age when her mother was murdered. She was 23 turning 24. I don't know why, but I always thought and assumed that she was so much younger. I thought she was in her teens, to be honest. It might be her, her little cutesy voice, and that's why I had just assumed that she was young, but like, holy crap, 23 turning 24? Damn.
I'm wondering, was there one moment in your childhood where you realized my mom is actually abusing me?
So as a child, I grew up very isolated. My mom was all I ever knew. Later teen years, that I started to piece together that like things weren't right. So I always knew I could walk, but I wasn't allowed to. I was forced to be in the chair.
How old were you when your mom was murdered?
I was about to be 24. I was 23, about to be 24.
Then we see Christy with latex gloves going through Gypsy's fan mail to filter out all the bad ones. It's time for Gypsy to get in the car with a driving instructor to learn how to drive. And driving cars in general is kind of a trigger for her because she got into a car accident when she was little, and then she went to stay with her grandparents for a while, and that's when she experienced the sexual abuse by her grandfather. But she gets through it, she survives her very first driving lesson, and it brought me back to all the times that I was in driver's ed, and holy moly, I remember it being so damn boring and so freaking awkward in the car driving for hours with my instructor. We had nothing to talk about. He was like a 75-year-old retired grandfather. We couldn't listen to music. We had nothing to talk about. It was so boring. I want to know if there are any adults over the age of 30 who still don't drive, because I have a cousin who is now probably in her 40s, and she still doesn't drive. She never got her driver's license because she used to live in New York City where there was public transit. She never needed her driver's license, but then she got married, started having kids, moved to the suburbs, and she needed to learn how to drive, but she was so terrified as an adult because like when you're older, you know how scary the highway is and all the accidents that can happen, and she never got her driver's license because she was so terrified. And it made me realize, oh my God, it is so much easier when you're in your teens because you're fearless. You don't really care. It made me realize like, wow, I am so glad I learned how to drive when I was 16. Otherwise, I would be one of the ones who just never got their driver's license because I would be so anxious. Because at the end of the day, it does not matter how safe you are, how cautious you are, because it's the other person. It's the random stranger. It's the stupid idiot who is under the influence or who doesn't pay attention, who's using their phone. Irresponsible drivers piss me off. Like they really, really piss me off. And you know what's been really pissing me off lately are influencers and content creators who are driving and filming content, like looking at their camera, talking into it. It pisses me off. Anyway, Gypsy's book launch is approaching, so she's having a book signing event at a bookstore. Now, she's super nervous because the haters are trying to cancel the bookstore. They wrote a bunch of bad reviews on Yelp. They emailed them to complain, so on and so forth. And she's not happy. She's very anxious. She's scared. She's pregnant. And she's afraid that someone's going to come and harm her and her unborn baby. And she's like, I need maximum security. And her lawyer turned business manager is like, okay, I'm on it.
Feel like I was not kept in the loop about everything about this book launch. I was not aware that I would be doing photo ops with people. I very specifically brought up the security request early on. I have a lot of anxiety about this book signing. I'm freaked out.
At this point, she doesn't even want to do this. She feels so unsafe, but the book publisher said, you gotta do this. This is part of the deal, and you don't have a choice. Kian is also very anxious. He's like, can you just not do it?
No, Kian, I have to. It's in my contract.
Okay, but what about your safety? What about the baby safety? I'm so worried. Please, please.
I know, Kian, but I don't have a choice.
And then we find out that Kian's not even gonna be there. He's not going because he has to work? What? Then, I don't know, why don't you take the time off of work? It's not like you're going into life-saving surgery. You bartend. I'm not saying bartending isn't an important job, but I'm just saying, like, you can take the time off.
I scroll through TikTok and all I see is, I'm going to Gypsy's book signing. We're all gonna protest and
I've seen a lot of people online threaten to come harass her. This is the first time people know where she's going to be, so it gives them an opportunity to organize and premeditate attacking her. That's my girlfriend and she's carrying my child. So that's my whole world right there. I wish that I could be there, but I have to work, which sucks.
I can't believe that he's supposedly so worried about his girlfriend's safety and his unborn child, but he won't take the time off of work to go with her to the book launch? What? Are you kidding? I am so confused. If I were in her shoes and my man wasn't coming, I would have been like, you better effing take that day off and you better come or my fist is going up your ass. It's the day of the event and Kian did not take the day off. He had to go bartend. Holy crap, he does not give a fork about her. Someone sent a funeral wreath that came with a card for Dee Dee, her mother, and the lawyer turned it into the police because he thought that was very threatening. Then the protesters arrived, the police arrived, security arrives, fans arrive, customers, content creators, haters, everybody's there. We see some people holding Justice for Dee Dee signs, pictures of Dee Dee, but security eventually weeds them out, and now the fans enter the bookstore. Christy and Rod get very emotional to see all the supporters come through, and then the episode ends. In the preview for the next episode, she goes into labor and then delivers her baby. This was a very short, boring episode. I think the major takeaway was Ken doesn't give a fuck about Gypsy because how is he not going to take a shift off of work so that he can attend this 2 to 3 hour book launch? He's so worried about his girlfriend's safety. He's so worried because she is carrying his child and, apparently he loves her so much. How is he not going to take a shift off of work? That is insane to me. I don't know how Christy's okay with it. I don't know how Rod's okay with it. I don't know how Gypsy's okay with it. But yeah, that's the episode recap. Short and sweet. What did you guys think? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. My man with a 10-foot pole. Last time I checked, you don't have a man. You don't have a man. You don't have a man. Last time I checked, you don't have a man. You don't have